Hello. Today we are in Report Designer. We're going to customize an existing report. So to get to Report Designer, the breadcrumb trail is Student Information, Local, Report Designer. Show it here in your menu, and Local, and then Report Designer. So I am going to first show you how to duplicate a report so that you can edit and customize the report for your district or building. So I'm going to come to the attendance folder, and I'm going to do the excuse me, daily absence detail. I'm going to come over to, well, first of all, as you can see, there's a lock there, so I cannot edit that. I'm going to come over to the little mini menu here, click on it, and then I'm going to click duplicate. It's going to pop open a window, and it's going to ask me what I want to call it. And I'm going to put for homeroom teachers. I'm going to update the name a little bit. And for now, I'm going to put it in my report so that I can edit it and customize it. And then I will show you how to put it into a folder so that others can run it. So I'm putting it under my reports. It's highlighted in blue, and I'm clicking OK. I'm going to come to my report, and you can see now that that report is located under my report. And now I want to edit this report. So I'm going to click on the little mini menu button again. And I'm simply going to click Edit. As you can see, here are the fields that are available to me. It's under the attendance folder and then the daily absence summary. Here are all of the fields that I can use right here. They are listed in alphabetical order. If I want to look at just text fields, I just click this. If I want to look at just fields that have numeric fields, I click that. The time fields, and all other fields. This is the setup what the setup looks like in an advanced report. So I want to click on this little report options wheel. You can see I can rename the report. I can update the description of the report. I can add more categories to the report. I'm not going to do that right now because I would have to do joins, and that's another setup that I want to do, like another training that I want to do at another time. So right now, this is the only category that's in there, but I can see what categories are there. Go ahead and click OK, and go back to my settings here. I can update my sort or see what the sort is. Here it's going to be sorted by school name, last name, first name, student number, calendar date. And that should work okay for me. I think I'm going to go ahead and take school name out. As a sort. And I'm going to bring homeroom over. I can bring it over by clicking the arrow, add, or I can just double click it. And I want my first sort to be homeroom. So I'm going to use the move up arrow here. And as you can see, it's moved up, so I need to move my cursor up as well so that I'm always on the right line. I have my source where it's going to be by homeroom, by last name, by student number, by calendar date. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to come back over to my options. I'm going to come to my filters. And right now it's saying school year, which is important because we only want the 1920 school year in there. I do want it to prompt for values so people are asked that when they run the report. But since I'm going to be playing around with it for now, I'm going to uncheck it so I don't have to run through the prompts every time. I'm going to come in here and choose school name. Again, it's prompting for value. I'm going to uncheck it and go ahead and choose a school. And then status name. Again, it's prompting for more than one of. I'm going to go ahead and choose mine. I'm going to say active, workplace, open enrolled. I'm also going to get rid of this prompt value. I want to add another filter for when homeroom teachers need to run this report for themselves. This is just my example. So I'm going to come over here to absence daily summary. I'm going to find homeroom. I can either add it over here by clicking the arrow or double clicking. You can see my homeroom. I'll put a title in it. And I want somebody to be able to choose a homeroom. But for now, like I said, I am running a report and I want to be able to see what it looks like before I publish it. I'm going to go ahead and pick a homeroom. And we're going to update this once I've completed this so that those values do pop up when they run it. I'm going to choose, sorry, homeroom 201. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Here's the layout. As you can see, I have last name, first name. And since I'm working in some live data, I'm going to take out the last name and just use first name. I have an undo button, so if I accidentally deleted that, I can undo it. And how I got rid of it again, I just clicked onto that field and hit delete column. I'm going to keep first name. I'm going to take off school name because obviously if they are running the report, they know what school they're in. So I'm going to delete that column. I'm going to delete the school year because obviously it's for this school year. I'm going to keep the student number. I'm going to keep the grade level. And then this is going to show the calendar date, whether that absence for that day had excused absence hours, unexcused, or suspended absence hours. And then here are the total hours. So now I want to be able to add some columns to this report. To add a column, I just click and I can say if I want to insert it before this column or after. So I want to add in the hours per day that the student is expected in. I'm going to add that before the date of the absence. I'm going to click on D. I'm going to say insert column before. Now you can see that I have a blank column. If I double click, it's going to say, where do you want that to go? Select a cell. Dismiss that. So I'd have to be on this cell. You can kind of see that it turned like blue. And double click it. I'm going to delete just by hitting delete. Or I can drag and drop it over to the cell that I want. This is just information detail. So I don't have a header for that column. I'm going to come to the header here, click on it, and just start typing hours per day. And you can see that that is not bold and center or whatever that format is here. Instead of trying to figure out how this is formatted, I can click on it, click on the paintbrush. It says format paintbrush, so it's going to copy that format and then click on the hours per day. And now that format from grade level copied over here so it looks the same. I want to change the page header because it just says daily absences. Change it, I just click in there. I'm going to double click it, brings it up, and I'm going to say homeroom report. Okay, so now that we have all of that in there, I'm going to run the report to see what it looks like. If you remember, I took all those prompts out so that I can play around with it before I go and turn it into a report that's usable. So I'm just going to click Run Report. So this is listing Nathan, how many hours per day he is expected to be in, all of the dates that Nathan's missed. Nathan's missed a lot. You can see that I'm on page 1 of the report, 1 out of 7. To get to the next page, I can click the next page. You see like it's split after Nathan and Julie's missed 2 days, but how many days did she really miss? On this day, she was only due in for 6.33 hours. And on this day, it turned to 544. So like obviously her calendar changed. So that's the report. I'm going to come and close the report by coming up to the tab and clicking on the small X that says close this tab. So the report looks good the way that I want it. I'm going to come back over to my report options. I'm going to go to my filters. I'm going to go ahead and keep the school year unprompted for value. I'm going to keep the school name unprompted for value. I'm going to keep the statuses unprompted for value because I want them to always pull these statuses and not call me and say, what statuses do I need to use? I have it all here for them. And I'm going to come down to homeroom and I'm going to change it prompt for value. And I'm going to take this homeroom number out. All I did was highlight it, click delete. So when a homeroom teacher runs this report, it's only going to ask for what homeroom do you want to run it for. And as you remember, this was at the high school. And the statuses and the school year. None of that's prompting except for homeroom. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go ahead and run the report so you can see the prompt what it's asking for. I'm going to hit run report. I want to make sure my prompts are working correctly. Homeroom is equal to. It's searching for those different homerooms. I choose the homeroom that I want. I click OK. And then here is my report. I'm going to close the report again. I'm going to click Save so that all my changes are saved. I'm going to close this tab. And now I want to be able to publish it for teachers to be able to run the report. So I'm going to go to my little mini menu. I'm going to click on Duplicate. I'm going to choose which folder I want to put it under. So I'm going to go to Attendance. And then I'm going to go to the Admin folder. I'm choosing the Admin folder because that's where you should store any of your reports that you're sharing with your staff. There's an admin file under every category. So like discipline, there's an admin folder. And all of them, district shared, eligibility, so on and so forth. There's an admin for all of them. I'm going to choose the attendance admin. I'm going to click OK. Now you can see that report is located under the admin. Anybody that has access to Analytics Hub and not Report Designer will be able to run that report. So I'm going to show you that real quick just by going to the Analytics Hub. I can get there by clicking on the piece of paper or going through the breadcrumb trail menu, Analytics Hub under Local. So now when I go to Attendance, here's the admin folder. Here's that report that I just created. And I can do, anybody that has access to the Analytics Hub will be able to use that report. I should say attendance under the Analytics Hub. That is the end of this recording. Thank you.